Number one, you had to find the area of the triangle like we practiced in class. So let me pull up my list of my students here. 5, 6, 7. Am I missing someone? Let me see. I have Cassie. I have Serena.
Nicholas Willoughby.
Yeah, Nicholas Willoughby. I'm looking at him. You know, I can see all your computers, so I'm looking at him now, and it says ready to join, like he could click the join now button, but that's the screen he's stuck on. And I can see him, so I'm not sure if he
joined.
I say he's trying to log in now. There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay. Number one, Cassie. What was the area of the triangle? You have to unmute, Cassie.
What's you mean what's the area? What's the area?
Sit down. Mom's teaching. Sorry about that. My neighbor Ed rides his bike every day and walks his dog.
I think you're on mute. I can't hear you.
It makes my dog bark. Okay. All right, Cassie, number one.
Just the answer?
Guys, I can't hear you.
Yeah, just the answer is fine.
Okay. So, 56 inches squared.
Good. Okay. You could take 14 times 8 and then divide it by 2. Sometimes I just like to take half of one of those numbers to make my life easy. So I'll take half of 14 and make it 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Okay. It works either way. But I just like to show you a little trick sometimes. Okay. Number 2, Matthew Bellino.
Of course, my mic is muted.
Okay, hang on one second, Matthew. Nicholas Marks, if you can't hear, sometimes it works if you leave the session and then rejoin. Okay, go ahead, Matthew.
I got 180 square inches.
Good.
Number 2.
Yes, correct. 12 times 30, and then divide that by 2. Or like Mrs. Palmer said, I like to take half of one of those numbers. Half of 12 is 6, and then I can do that in my head. 6 times 30, 180. Okay, good work. Number 3, how do you find the area of a triangle? Nathan, how did you answer that question?
1/2 times base times height.
Good. Yep, use that formula. Substitute in what you know, and you've got it. Okay, we've got more triangles coming up. Nicholas Marks, number 4.
He said he couldn't hear us.
Okay.
Again.
All right. Nicholas Willoughby, number 4.
What? Oh, 75 centimeters. Both square centimeters.
Good. Okay. Number 5. Who didn't I get yet? Serena? Serena, you must be muted. Serena, number 5. Serena, you're muted. Hey, Mr. Gilger.
Hey, Nicholas, if you can hear me, go to my own Google Meet. I'm going to take Nicholas and try to fix his problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I messaged him. Hopefully he could get my message.
Okay, yeah. Do you want me?
I'll just let you know if he leaves, I'll try to fix it for him and then send him right back.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Serena, are you with me? Can you unmute your mic?
What number?
Number 5.
240 square feet.
Good. Number 6, Cassie.
102 inches.
Yeah, square inches.
Squared. I'm sorry.
Good.
Squared.
Yep, that's all right. Just don't forget your little 2 up there. Number 7, Matthew.
Number 7 is 288
Okay, give me the units too.
square feet.
Good. Number 8, Nathan.
137 and a quarter square inches.
Willful.
Good. Number 9, Nicholas Willoughby.
61.5 inches.
It should come out to 71.5. So maybe you just forgot, like if you carried or something. 71.5 square inches. Right. Number 10, Serena.
10 is 300 kilometers square.
Good. 11, Cassie.
20 feet square.
Number 12, Matthew.
7.5 centimeters squared.
It's going to be bigger than 7.5. This one is a multi-step, so let's take a look. The 6th grade art students are making a mosaic using tiles in the shape of right triangles. I think you guys have made mosaics in art class before. Each tile has leg measures of 3 centimeters and 5 centimeters. If there are 200 tiles in the mosaic, what is the area of the mosaic? Okay, so that would make, if it's 3 centimeters and 5 centimeters, it's going to make it 15 centimeters. It's going to be like 3 one way and 5 the other. Okay, so you're going to have to multiply those together for the area of that triangle and divide it by 2. So you have 3 times 5 times 200, and then you have to divide it by 2. So you should end up with 1,500 square centimeters. That one was multi-step, so if you didn't get 1,500 square centimeters, don't worry about that. Okay, just wanted to give you a couple like this.
I can hear now. Sorry about that.
Great.
Mr. Goger said something must have been screwed up. So
Okay. I'm glad you're back.
Okay.
All right. Number 13. Monica had a triangular piece of fabric. The height was 15 inches. The base was 6. She said the area of that fabric is 90. What error did she make, Nathan?
She used the formula incorrectly. She forgot to multiply by 1/2 or multiply one of the factors by 1/2.
Good. So what, Nathan, what is the actual area of the fabric? It's not 90, but what is it?
45 square inches.
Yes, good. She should have said 45 square inches. She forgot to multiply by 1/2 or divide by 2. All right. You guys had one more. Wayne was going to paint the side of the house shown. What is the area that will be painted? Okay. Nicholas Mark, since you're back, could you tell us what you got for number 14?
Number 14. I did not know we were supposed to do the next page for some reason. I did the 380 and 382. I mean 381.
Okay.
So
well, you weren't supposed to do the whole next page, just 1 to 14. So only that problem.
Oh, okay. So I did not know any of that.
But remember, you're supposed to write down what Mrs. Palmer says the homework is, because when we go over the homework, typically you'll tell me that you didn't know you were supposed to do one, or you don't have the page. Remember? So I think we talked about this earlier this week. Then you'll write it down.
I have all my rest of the stuff done. I can show you. It's just this one I didn't know we were supposed to do. Sorry. Can I do it with you guys?
Well, I'm going to move on to my list. So hang on a second. Let me see who pops up under you. Nicholas Willoughby, what did you get for number 14?
400 square feet.
Good job. 400 square feet. You just have to do the rectangle and the triangle and put them together. Okay. Good job on triangles, guys. Our next section talks about solving equations. All right. This isn't really going to be that much harder. Sometimes they're going to give us what the area is, and we might have to figure out what a length is, or what a width is, or what the height is. Okay? So we're just going to use the formulas that we have, and we're going to fill in what we know. So we're going to practice some of these. We're going to look first on page 383. All right, they do an example. And you can read that example later, but we're going to do number 1 together, only because we don't have, an hour to go through everything. So that example, when you're doing your homework, you can go back and read over the examples, but we're going to do 1 together. And let me have Serena. Could you read number 1 for us, Serena?
Randy is sewing a quilt whose pattern contains triangles. Each quilt piece has a height of 6 inches and an area of 24 inches square. How long is the base of each quilt piece?
Okay, thank you, Serena. So they're not asking what is the area. They give us the area, but they want to know how long it is. What is the length? So we have to use the formula. Cassie, what's the formula for area of a triangle?
Half times base times height.
Excellent. Okay. So in your book, next to that problem, we're going to do your work, write the formula. Okay, that's step 1, write the formula. Step 2, fill in what you know. Each piece has a height of 6. So under H, we're going to write a 6. It has an area of 24. We're going to write 24 under area. Okay, and we have the 1/2. The thing that we don't know is B. We have to figure out what B is. You guys might be able to do that by looking at it, but let's do it algebraically, because eventually we'll come up with some more difficult equations we can't just look at and solve. Okay, so we're going to say, so you should have this written, 24 equals 1/2 B times 6. Okay, next line, we're going to put together the 1/2 times 6. Okay, and Matthew Bellina, what is 1/2 times 6?
One half times 6 is 12.
Yeah, half of, so it's like a half of 6.
Oh, 3.
All right. So our next line, we have 24 equals 3B. Write that down. You guys have pencil? Divide by 3 on both sides using your algebra. Woo! And B equals 8. And we have to give it a label, inches. Okay? So So now we're using the formulas for our quadrilaterals to figure out other measurements. Right. So that's using problem solving using the area of a triangle. We're also going to have to problem solve using the area of a trapezoid. Will that be a little bit trickier? I'm going to say yes, because remember the formula for trapezoid is a little bit more complicated than the formula for area of a triangle. But we could still do it. So let me have Nathan read number 3 at the bottom of page 384. Okay, look at page 384. Give us an example that you can go through and read when you're working on your homework. Okay, and you want to look back and see what to do. We're going to do the bottom one where it says your turn. And can you read that, Nathan?
The cross-section of a water bin is shaped like a trapezoid. The bases of the trapezoid are 18 feet and 8 feet long. It has an area of 52 square feet. What is the height of the cross-section?
Okay, good. Nathan, we have to use the formula for area of a trapezoid. Do you remember the formula, or you could look up above, but will you tell me area of a trapezoid formula, Nathan?
1/2 times height times, in parentheses, base 1 plus base 2.
Good. All right. We're going to write the formula. Okay. And then they have that written in your book in the example too. You could always look at it if you need to. All right. Next, we have to fill in what we know. Okay. The bases are 18 and 8. So underneath the formula, we're going to write 18 plus 8. All right. Mrs. Palmer's trusting. You guys all have a pencil and you're writing this along with me. Okay. It has an area of 52 square feet. What is the height? So we're looking for H. All right. So now you have a formula that looks like 52 equals 1/2 times H times 18 plus 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to add together 18 plus 8. We get 26. Okay. So your next line says 52 equals 1/2 times H times 26. We're going to put the 1/2 and the 26 together. 1/2 of 26 is 13. All right. So now we have 52 equals 13H. And we're using our algebra rules. We want to solve for H. H wants to be all alone. So we have to divide both sides by 13. And H will equal 4 feet. All right. Remember, you're allowed to use a calculator.
Mrs. Palmer, how would I use a calculator for this? Just wondering.
You would say 52 divided by 13 in your calculator. That's what I mean. If you don't want to do that in your head or on paper, when you do the division, you would just type in 52 divided by 13.
Okay.
If you didn't know that one off the top of your head. You don't have to use a calculator. You could use paper and do 13 times 3 and see what you get. 13 times 4. Okay?
Thank you. Just wondering. 52 divided by 13.
Okay. All right. And page 386, at the very top, there's another problem for us to try. And this one has to do with a parallelogram. Nicholas Marks, could you read that parallelogram problem to us?
Number 4, a parallelogram-shaped field in a park needs sod. The parallelogram has a base of 21.5 meters and a height of 18 meters. The sod is sold in pallets of 50 square meters. How many pallets of sod are needed to fill the field?
Okay. Nicholas, what is the area for parallelogram? What's the formula?
I'd say that'd be 21.5 meters is the base. Wait, no.
But just tell me what the formula is. Area equals what for a parallelogram?
Area equals 1/2 h, and base plus base. Or how do you?
Now, turn back in your book to page 371.
So I'm trying to look out base 1 and plus base 2.
Nicholas, turn back in your book to page 371 and look at the very bottom. There's like a magenta box, and it says area of a parallelogram. Do you see it?
Yeah.
All right. What's the formula for area?
The area of the parallelogram base equals base times height.
Area equals base times height. Yeah,
Sorry.
so that's what we need for this one. Area equals base times height. So you guys are going to write that down. And then you fill in what you know. Well, it tells us the base is 21.5 and the height is 15.
I thought it was 18.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. It is 18. 21.5 times 18. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use my calculator for that also. You guys can use paper if you want. 21.5 times 18, and I get 387. So the area of this field in the park is 387 square meters, okay? And this sod comes in pallets that are 50 square meters. So I need to know how many pallets of 50 am I going to need to fill that in, all right? I'm going to take my calculator that says 387. I'm going to divide it by 50. And I got 7.74, okay? So I'm going to say for my answer, I need 8 pallets, all right? Because I'm going to have to use 7.74 pallets, but they're not going to let me buy 7.74. I have to buy like them in whole pallets. So the answer would be 8 pallets. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you what I would like you to work on for Monday. Take out your pencil so you can write this down. Right? Nicholas Marks?
Yes.
All right. I want you to do page 386. To 386 to 388, not number 4.
Can you cross off number 4?
Cross off number 4, and I want you to do 1 to 14. So not all of that, but so you're going to say page. It starts on 386. It goes to 388. Numbers 1 to 14, not number 4.
Okay, I have that all written down.
Okay. There you guys go. Right. I'll put it on Parent Square also. Cassie and Nicholas Marks, I'll be looking for your math test to come to me. Nicholas Marks, this is the absolute very last day for you to get into SumDog and finish that up before I put the grades in. Okay?
Yes.
Great. I see it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have any questions for me?
Did you see my test?
I have yours, Matthew. Yes. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, and I'll be in Google Meet from 2 to 3 if you type in Palmer if you have any questions.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.